guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Spencer, and if you are new here, please, you know what to do. Today we're gonna be talking about asylum in Germany. It's very hot. Let me remove my glasses. I'll be using myself as an example, as a reference. I'll start with the first country I arrived in Europe, but I'm not gonna talk about how I arrived in Europe. That's a story for another day. I'll be telling you how I arrived, my journey from Africa to Europe, another day. We're gonna be talking about asylum seeking in Germany. So I'll be using myself as a reference. I'm gonna tell you my experience. The first country I arrived in Europe, up to my final destination, how I seek asylum, and camp activities after camp, my experience. My first country in Europe was Spain. And when I moved from Spain, I was illegal. I didn't have any documents, so I was not supposed to travel from one country to another. But I had to move because a friend of mine called me. You know, we do these things. Sometimes we travel illegally without document. That means when you don't have resident permit in a country and you travel to another country, it's illegal. So when a friend of mine called me that I should come over to Germany and seek asylum, I was moved by what he told me, and yeah, he told me a lot of things, so I was moved by everything he told me. When I come to Germany, I'm gonna find a job, get an apartment, everything. So I left, I went over to Germany, and the journey took me 2 days. But before arriving in Germany, I arrived in Paris, Spain first. There's so many flights in Europe. It never shows on the TV, but there are so many flights during summer. So I arrived in Paris. From Paris, my next journey was to go to Brussels. I arrived in Brussels because I didn't have any documents, so I had to take a short way. From Brussels, I went over to the border between Germany and Belgium, which is Liège. From Liège, I entered into Cologne, and from Cologne, there it was already night. I had to seek asylum, and seeking asylum in Germany, it's just seeing any police you see. My friend told me, when you see any police, just ask the police you want to seek asylum. So when I arrived at the train station in Cologne in Germany, I saw a police. I asked him if I can seek asylum. He asked me to come with him. Went into his car. He took me to another car where there were other Africans like me. We slept there because it was already night, till 5 o'clock in the morning. And 5 o'clock, he took our bags. When we arrived first, he took our bags and wrote our names down, charged the bags if we have any illegal or dangerous weapons. And there was nothing, so we slept inside the car. The next morning, we went to the campo. They registered us there, and we moved from Cologne to Dortmund in Germany. It's another city. From Dortmund, we moved to Mannheim, which is another city. From Mannheim, we stayed there for 2 weeks. We moved to Karlsruhe. There we had to give again our fingerprint. It's a very lengthy process. The process takes a very long time. And from there, we had to go to the court to give our complaint why we came to Germany. Stayed in Mannheim for quite a long time, 8 months inside the camp. And sometimes you are fortunate to stay there for 3 months. Some people are fortunate to be there for even 2 months. It just depends. But I don't know if I would say unfortunate or fortunate, because I spent 8 months, and I also met guys who have spent a year and 2 months or more. In this camp, you are not allowed to work. You don't have any resident permit. You are not allowed to go out of the city. You can go out within the city of the town, but you are not allowed to go a certain kilometer. Every city have their own law. If you go a certain kilometer and you are caught, you'll be fined. Also in this camp, you'll be given a bed in a room for about 5 or 6 people. You guys are in a room, 6 or 5 people in a room. In iron bed, no, like a prison bed. You stay there with some people for 8 months to 9 months or 7 months, depending on how fortunate you are or unfortunate. I spent 8 months in the campo, and later on I was transferred to a home. They call it home, but actually it's not a home. It's still a campo. It's still a camp, you know. In this camp, there you are eligible to work. You'll be given another document which will allow you to work, but you will still not have resident permit, which means you are still not legal. You will just be given a paper, and before working you have to ask the government if to sign a document to show that you have to work. The government will have to sign a document. They will ask you to go look for a job. When you get a job, you tell the government, the immigration office, that you have gotten a job, so they'll give you a paper which will allow you to work. While you are working, you are paying taxes. The tax is about 19% from your income. You'll be paying taxes, and so many people have been in this campo for quite a very long period of time. I met some people over there who have spent more than 5 years. Some people spend 6 years, but these people are stuck. They work and pay taxes to the government, but they still are not legal. They are still illegal. They cannot travel. They are stuck in the country. They cannot go back because they do not have permanent or resident permit. As an asylum seeker, you have to work for quite a very long period of time before you have a resident permit. And in our period, in our time when we came, I was the only one. I was the only fortunate person to be given a resident permit, and I wasn't actually given. I had to fight it very hard before I was given this resident permit, and it was just by luck. I don't know, but it was by luck. And since then, it's been 5 years. Many still haven't gotten any resident permit. There are so many people who have not gotten their resident permit, and yet I still meet people working and paying taxes to the German government. So many people who came even before us are still stuck. So there are some people who have spent 15 years. I see them 15 years, 20 years. They haven't gone back to their country because they are illegal. When I say illegal, it means that they don't have resident permit, but they can stay in the country. They work and pay taxes to the German government, but still yet they don't have resident permit. So they said it's 8 years. When you work 8 years consecutively, you be eligible to apply for a resident permit. But I see so many people who have spent more than that, who have worked all their lives. I'm not asking anyone to seek or not to seek asylum. I am just asking if it's really worth it. If it's worth it, if you really have a very big problem in your country and you think it is worth it, or you are running for your life, then it's for you. But if you are not having any problem and you think that the situation is not lengthy or not difficult, oh my brother, guys, it's hell. Trust me, it's a very lengthy process. Don't forget, asylum seekers are sometimes usually considered as criminals, so you will be treated. The purpose of this video is to enlighten some people and to ask if it is worth it. You can comment under to tell me your situation, if it is worth it for you to seek asylum, or if it is not worth it. Because Africans, we are losing our dignity a lot. We always travel to people's country, including myself, even to Arab people's country, to Europe, America, all the time for greener pasture. Sometimes we even don't acquire the things we travel for. There's something they call Duldung, okay, in Germany. If they give you that document, some people have been with Duldung, means that you are not allowed to work. Even when you are leaving, when you have left the first camp, so you have been transferred to a place they call home. But actually it's not a home, it's still a camp. Some people, while living there, they are given what they call Duldung. Duldung means you are not allowed to work, and means they can send you back to your country anytime if they wish so. Some people stay with Duldung for up to 3 years, 4 years they are not working, and these people still have to send money back to their family. 4 years, 5 years, I've seen people for 5 years not working, but they are stuck because they cannot go back. They just have to live life the way it is. I don't know if that's called living or hell. It's just a small story I wanted to talk to you about, brothers and sisters, so that some people will have a clue or knowledge of what Germany, of what they are coming to experience. It's not quite different. Every city have their own law. Some people are fortunate, but many of the people are not fortunate. The people that are fortunate are just 1/4 of people who are not fortunate. So I'll be stopping here for now. And in our next video, I will be talking about the salary, payment, and bills in Germany. Thank you very much, and follow me through so that I will also be traveling around touring Europe, and I'll be asking diasporans, getting their experience. I'll post everything on video. Just follow me through. I have a whole lot of story to tell you. Thank you very much.